Bienvenidos! Welcome to Spain on a Fork. Today we have such a great episode we're making for classic Spanish bocadillos. This is what Spanish food is all about. In fact, you walk into any bar restaurante here in Spain and this is what most people eat for either almuerzo or dinner. Of course, here in Spain we have a lot of different variations of bocadillos, sandwiches. The ones we're making in this episode are my personal favorite four classic ones, folks. This is going to be so much fun and truly a culinary adventure into the simplicity of Spanish cooking. So to make all four of these Spanish bocadillos, I'm going to be using crunchy baguette bread. Very important to use a baguette as this is what we use in Spain and it gives these bocadillos an incredible texture. The ones I'm using are already sized for a bocadillo. If you can't find them like this in your area, no big deal. You just get a regular baguette and cut it into pieces that are about 8 inches long. Alright, for our first recipe, we are making un bocadillo con atún, tomate en rodaja y olivas. This is a classic tuna sandwich here in Spain. It's very simple, but it has an amazing flavor. The secret, make sure to use Spanish tuna in olive oil. It's what takes this bocadillo over the top. I'm going to begin by grabbing 2 tins of Spanish tuna in olive oil and adding them into a sieve with a bowl underneath. And once you have all your tuna in the sieve, make sure not to mix it around, otherwise it's going to dry up. This is used to drain the excess oil. For the next ingredient to prepare, I'm going to grab 1 fresh tomato and cut it into thin slices. And for the final ingredient to prepare, I'm going to grab about 8 pimento stuffed Spanish green olives and cut each one in half. Okay, let's start assembling our bocadillo. I'm going to start adding the tuna into a baguette. And make sure the tuna is evenly spread around the bread. Then I'm going to add some of the thinly sliced tomatoes over the tuna. Season the tomatoes with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll top it off with our sliced green olives. Check it out, our first bocadillo is done. You saw this, so easy and so simple, but it has such an incredible flavor. Once again, the secret, use some Spanish tuna and olive oil. This is a type of bocadillo that you'll find at almost every bar and restaurant here in Spain. Give it a try, you're gonna absolutely love it. Moving on to our second sandwich, we're making un bocadillo con tortilla a la francesa. This is one of the most popular bocadillos here in Spain. It's very simple, but it's super delicious. It's one of those things where simplicity meets extraordinary, where less is more. The secret here, make sure to use a great extra virgin olive oil, as that is what really flavors the eggs. I'm going to begin by cracking in 3 cage-free organic eggs into a large bowl. Season the eggs with sea salt and a dash of freshly cracked black pepper. And beat the eggs together until they're perfectly combined. For the next step, I'm going to grab a large non-stick frying pan, heat it with a medium heat, and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. After heating the olive oil for 2 minutes, I'm going to add the egg mixture into the pan. And at this point, don't touch the eggs, just let them cook in that extra virgin olive oil. After about 1 minute, using a spatula, I'm going to push the omelet towards the middle and tilt the pan. That way we can get all those runny eggs to fully cook through. After 2 minutes, I'm going to start flipping the omelet. I like to grab each side and fold it towards the middle. "30 seconds later, I'm going to flip the omelet to cook the other side. And after 15 to 20 seconds, I'm going to remove the pan from the heat and slide the tortilla onto a baguette. and we'll sprinkle the omelet with some freshly chopped chives. Check it out, our second bocadillo is done. This is what Spain is all about, simplicity, but with so many amazing flavors. Like I told you earlier, the secret, use a great extra virgin olive oil. This is what really flavors those eggs. Give this a try. You can serve this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Doesn't matter when, because you're gonna absolutely love it. Moving down the list to our third Spanish sandwich, we're making one of the most popular Spanish bocadillos, un bocadillo con calamares fritos. You will find this sandwich all over the Iberian Peninsula, from Sevilla to Valencia to Barcelona. Once again, this is very simple and it features no sauces, making that fried calamari and that baguette the star of the show. I'm going to begin by patting down 2 tubes of squid with some paper towels. I bought these frozen and thawed them out. If you can't find these in your supermarket, go check with a local Asian supermarket. And I'm going to cut each tube of squid into rings that are about ½ inch thick. For the next step, I'm going to add in ½ cup of all-purpose flour into a bag and season it with ½ teaspoon of sea salt. We'll add our squid rings into the bag and start mixing everything together. I like to coat my squid rings in this method as it evenly coats each one around. Alright, let's start frying up our calamari. I'm going to grab a large fry pan, heat it with a medium-high heat, and add in a generous ½ cup of sunflower oil. After heating the oil for 3 minutes on a medium-high heat and it's nice and hot, I'm going to start adding the coated squid rings into the pan. You want to cook these in batches to not overcrowd the pan. After 75 to 90 seconds, I'm going to flip the squid rings to fry the other side. You don't want to go any longer, otherwise you're going to overcook that squid, which gives it a rubbery texture. And after a total cooking time of 2.5 to 3 minutes, I'm going to start removing the squid rings from the pan and transferring them into a dish with some paper towels. And continue to cook your next batch of squid rings. And again, you don't want to go more than 75 to 90 seconds per side, otherwise you will overcook that squid. Once all the fried calamari are done, let's start assembling our bocadillo. I'm going to add in the squid rings into a baguette. And you want to add as many as possible into the bocadillo, the more the merrier. And we'll sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Check it out, our third Spanish sandwich is then truly one of the best bocadillos from Spain. No sauces are needed here. That beautiful crispy calamari paired up with that crunchy baguette, it is heaven in a mouth. Give this one a try and I guarantee one of the best fried calamari sandwiches you will ever taste. For our fourth and final Spanish sandwich, we are making queso manchego a la catalana. This is a spin-off of a very popular bocadillo here in Spain known as jamón a la catalana, which features jamón serrano. In this version, we're going to showcase the beautiful queso manchego. Just like the previous 3 sandwiches, this one's very simple, but the flavors are mind-blowing delicious. I'm going to begin by cutting some slices from a block of manchego cheese that are about 1/8 of an inch thick. The secret here, try to use a manchego cheese that's been aged for at least 8 months. The longer that manchego's been aged, the more flavor the sandwich is going to have. For the next step, I'm going to grab 1 fresh tomato and finely shred it into a bowl. We'll grab 1 clove of garlic and finely shred it into the tomato. Pour in ½ tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and season it with sea salt. And we'll mix this all together, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed together. Okay, let's start assembling our bocadillo. I'm gonna evenly spread the tomato mixture onto a baguette. Add our slices of manchego cheese over the tomato mixture. And sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Folks, check it out. Our fourth Spanish bocadillo is done. Look at this beautiful manchego a la catalana. So simple but so delicious. Like I told you, the secret here, try to use a manchego cheese that's been aged for at least 8 months. And like I told you, the older it gets, the better this sandwich gets. Such incredible flavors. This is what Spanish food is all about. Simplicity meets extraordinary. Seriously, how easy and simple were all 4 of these Spanish bocadillos, but all 4 of them packed with so many flavors. The secret here, use the highest quality ingredients. It's what makes an ordinary bocadillo an extraordinary one. Really quick before I go, a shout out to one of my patrons, Terry K. Clean. Once again, Terry, thank you so much for all your support. I truly appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon, consider becoming one. It helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.